Why, Meatball? What's that behind your ear? It's a Christmas miracle. By the end of the video, you're going to understand the 4 ways that I grew exponentially, so the best tips and tricks of understanding what metrics to care about. You're also going to understand what the secret section of YouTube is for people who are not necessarily avid bingers or even creators yet on YouTube. And finally, you're going to understand how to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. See, we're talking about meta content here. You are going to learn a ton and you're going to support the community as well. So I appreciate you guys in advance. Now let's get going. If you guys know anything about me, it's that I love YouTube. I love to just learn every single detail about it, and I've been posting every single day for you guys in the month of December 2020. So at the end of this long forgotten year, we are going to talk today about exponential growth on YouTube. By the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly the 4 tactics I implemented in order to grow exponentially in my early days on YouTube. Around the 1 to 2 month range, I grew from 100 to 200 to 400 to 800 subscribers. And now I'm hovering around 2x that, but it took me a couple extra months. So I'm going to tell you what strategies work when you are less than 1,000 subscribers so that you can get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Now, from a data scientist point of view, why is the 1,000 subscriber mark so important? Well, it creates this cycle, this important recommendation system cycle that pushes content to your most interested subscribers first, and then YouTube gets a sense of whether or not it's feeling risky or lucky enough that your content will be liked by someone who is not your subscriber. Then it goes onto the homepage or the recommended section of the YouTube experience for someone who is not your subscriber so that you can start increasing your reach. Now, when that recommended view goes to that viewer, the viewer has to decide to click it, and that increases your click-through rate. Now, originally, the only thing that mattered about click-through rate was thumbnail and title. But now, more importantly, when you hover over a YouTube thumbnail, there is a very short 1 to 3 second long clip that plays silently when you hover over it, and you do not get to decide what goes inside that clip. My best analysis after looking at each of the clips through my videos is that YouTube tries to decide which clip is going to be the most bombastic. Either you're moving your camera or there's some sort of dynamic action, then that is the 3rd feature that decides whether or not a user clicks on your video. The most important thing about YouTube is that you have to remember what you say matters. That's going to be number 1 of our list of 4. Everything you say in your video is going to be transcribed, and then YouTube is going to use that as a feature for whether or not your video is similar to other videos on your channel as well as across the YouTube platform. That means that if you say words like blockchain and Bitcoin and FANG company, Silicon Valley, you are ultimately going to be recommended with videos that are similar in that vein, even if your title, thumbnail, or description has nothing to do with those things that you said. This was something pivotal in the beginning of my journey because in the beginning of my YouTube creator journey, all I said was things related to data science, Python, and SQL. So each of my videos got recommended pretty frequently right underneath all of my other videos. They were just so darn similar. This leads us to the second tip. Your video synergies matter. If you try to create content about crock pots and how to cook and clean with them, and then you start making content about your day in the life or something else like tax evasion or illegal ways to make money, you are most likely going to get dinged in the algorithm. Why? Because your videos are not synergetically pushing off of each other. And as soon as YouTube realizes that your content is not homogeneous, that is not a safe bet, that each of your videos is going to be catering to the same recommender system worth of people, you then raise a flag in YouTube's recommender system that your videos are actually heterogeneous. Does that mean make the same content forever until you die? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do on YouTube. If you're trying to be the go-to place to learn about Bitcoin, kitten, crypto, learning things, then yeah, for sure. If you want to be the domain expert and what people go to when they search a specific concept, then yes, that is one of the best ways to grow on YouTube. YouTube wants safe bets. They want to be able to identify who wants to watch this content and then deliver and cater to them. As a creator, when I was only creating data science content, I was a safer bet to YouTube. YouTube could see from the transcription of my video, as well as the description, as well as the tags, that I was someone who was making the same content over and over, at the very least in the same vein, so that a specific user who saw one video would want to go see another, which binges all of my entire channel until you get a very high total session time. However, these tips and tricks videos that you watch about how to crack the YouTube algorithm is usually talking about how to stuff tags and descriptions with the right keywords. YouTube can see through this. I've tried to do that with my own videos and put tags like "Become a Millionaire by 30, Andre Jick, Graham Stephan, Charlie Chain," just stuff all my finance videos with that kind of tag, and then stuff all of my data science videos with Ken G, Tina Huang, Data Professor. YouTube can see past it. The natural language engine behind YouTube's transcription is probably also looking at how similar your description and your tags are to the actual content that you speak in the video. That's why if you start creating a lot of different kind of content in the very beginning, you are gonna find it difficult, because YouTube will start thinking that you are not a safe bet for the types of viewers that he's already pegged you for. I don't know why I just gendered the algorithm, but I suppose that's what we're going with now. There are some things that YouTube's algorithm, let's say Timmy, the algorithm is going to be able to control, and some things that it won't be able to control. Most importantly, the thing that Timmy cannot control is when you post. When you post is really important, and when you check in the YouTube analytics dashboard, you can see when your viewers are online. Now, if you have a YouTube plugin like vidIQ or TubeBuddy, you can also find out recommendations of when best to post, which is usually an hour or two before the rush of people show up on your channel. Most importantly, and I've realized through the years, post consistently, but a minute or two after the quarter-minute mark. What am I talking about? And what do I mean by a minute or two off the quarter-minute mark? Well, when a subscriber of yours goes through their subscriptions, they're gonna see all the other subscriptions at the same time. And if your thumbnail is top because they checked it at 3:01 or 3:16 and everybody else's video is directly after yours, then you are gonna be front of mind for that person. This is a unique way to push your content to the top of mind, especially when you're starting out. That's because more professional YouTubers run their channels like a business, and they most likely use the scheduler function on YouTube that only allows you to schedule on quarter-minute marks. 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, 2 o'clock. But the most important thing about your upload time is that one, it needs to happen at the exact same time every single time you upload, whether that's weekly, daily, or bi-weekly, or monthly. I still haven't gotten a good grasp on when I should upload, so that's why I'm gonna make a promise to you guys that each of my uploads for the near future are gonna be at 1:15 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, in California time. This allows your viewers to congregate at a specific time as if your YouTube channel is a TV channel. And that is going to be the crux of having your video seem popular to YouTube's algorithm, Timmy. In order for Timmy to think your video is popular, you need to have a ton of views relational to your other videos in the first 30 seconds to 5 minutes. So when you post matters, and how consistently you post really matters. We're finally reaching the last tip, the most important one that allowed me to grow exponentially. But before that, I recommend that you don't miss out on the 4 free stocks you can get from Webull by clicking down below, because that's a huge Christmas gift you can give directly to yourself and probably helps out the paltry $600 stimulus check that nobody's really happy about. Go now before this deal expires in December. And now for the final tip. Number 4, the biggest tip of all is to look at your competitors and then reach out. This may seem like an extroverted thing to do, but it's purely from a business standpoint, one of the best ways to start growing on YouTube. YouTube's recommender system has no idea which audience they should try and have you perforate. Perforate? Yeah, I'll use perforate. In order for you to perforate Timmy, the algorithm, you need to be able to grow with another similar like-minded YouTuber. So think about the YouTubers that you watch, and now hopefully they have just a few thousand subscribers. Mostly people with 100,000 or more subscribers are going to be less likely, although Kenji is a notable exception. I started off asking Kenji about whether or not he would be open to a collaboration, and now we've had several successful collaborations and a lot more to come. Data Professor, also my first collaborator, also known as Chinin Natasanamat, is one of the best, most kind people I've ever had to reach out to, and he is also a reason why I grew exponentially in the very beginning of my channel. Reaching out is as simple as going to the banner on their YouTube page or going to the About section on their YouTube page and then looking at contact information. Send them a message on Instagram, send them an email, or do both. And most importantly, do both because I, for one, am really bad at checking my Instagram and sometimes my business email at the same time. So it really ends up being a slot machine. And of course, the fastest way you can reach out to small YouTubers who always answer every comment, just like myself, is to comment on one of their videos. So with that, I want to open up the forum to collaborations. If you are a small YouTuber and you want me to shout you out in this video, then write a comment down below. For the first time, I don't need you to take a screenshot of this video, put this on your Instagram stories and tag me, Andrew Mo Money, in order to win a chance. But you can do that if you would like to. If this video helped you out, tell me the story down below. Keep in touch. I want to know your YouTube journey because we're still just growing progressively together, and a rising tide raises all ships. Today's trivia question is about industry. What do you think about the big three consulting companies? When they stop consulting, what do you think is the hottest new job of 2021 that they're all congregating to? Leave your answer down below. I'll pick an answer out of the bunch, give you guys a free consultation. And as always, for now, but not for forever, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Heterogeneous. Was it heterogeneous or heterogeneous?
Heterogeneous.
It was heterogeneous. Why, Meatball, what's that behind your ear? Whoosh. It's a Christmas miracle.